From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning. I hope you all had a fantastic start to the new work week. It was a gorgeous day yesterday. That's going to continue for today and tomorrow. But for Thursday and beyond, rain chances going up and temperatures going down. So our pattern is about to flip again. Air quality this morning, just seeing some moderate reductions in the valleys. It's a little bit worse, of course, pretty close to the active fire perimeter of the Labor Mountain fire. Also with the Wildcat fire that's burning up in the Cascades as well. But good air quality for the basin and the foothills and the Blues. Temperatures this morning not as cold as they were yesterday morning. We saw some 20s for some portions of the Kittitas Valley. Looks like we're all in the 30s and 40s for this morning. So still admittedly chilly. You'll need some sort of jacket, but just not as cold as yesterday. Okay, here's your day planner for this Tuesday for lower elevations. Going to be into the mid 50s to low 60s around lunchtime, and then upper 60s to low 70s for the warmest part of the day. So another gorgeous day out there with very seasonal stuff. But again, the pattern flipping as the forecast marches forward through time. So I'll talk about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, extra emphasis patrols in Kennewick start today. What you could be doing while driving that's now illegal and can get you fined over $200. And the latest on the break-in and vandalism at the Washington State Capitol building. Police saying the suspect was a Gonzaga baseball player. We have the details. Also ahead, the U.S. citizenship test is changing to have more questions and more detailed comprehension. We have when that's taking place and so much more, all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Tuesday, October 7th. Jade has the day off. Now we have a lot to get to this morning, so we want to get right into your top stories, and we're starting off with new information. This out of Kennewick. Police were dispatched to West Columbia Drive and North Fruitland Street just after 10 p.m. last night for an accident involving a motorcycle. Once officers arrived at the location, they found out the only vehicle involved was that motorcycle. The motorcycle had left the roadway and the driver was seriously injured. Authorities say the driver was transported to a hospital and remains in critical condition. The roadway was temporarily closed, but it has since reopened. And also out of Kennewick, starting today, Kennewick police will be doing extra emphasis patrols. Now this comes after City Council voted last month to make cut-through trips through private driveways and parking lots illegal. Officials say some local businesses can see 80 to 120 vehicles per day cutting through their private lots. And they do this to avoid intersections and stoplights, but this is dangerous as drivers can be backing out of parking spaces and people could be walking back to their cars. They say this is especially a problem with the C-curb at the intersection of Steptoe Street and Victoria Street. The city says new signs will be installed alerting drivers about the new law. So a reminder, cutting through lots is now illegal in Kennewick, and drivers caught can face a fine up to $250. And we turn now to the shocking break-in at the Washington State Capitol. We're learning the legislative building in Olympia was broken into and vandalized, and this resulted in damage to multiple facilities and historical artifacts. According to reports, the incident took place Sunday night. Washington State Patrol receiving the call shortly before 10:30 p.m. Troopers discovered Representative Liz Berry's office had a broken window and a large hammer was left on her desk. Inside the building, several flags were knocked over, with some set on fire. The original rug inside the state reception room was also set on fire, something Lieutenant Governor Denny Heck described as a priceless treasure. WSP arrested a man who's been identified as Gunnar Schubert. He was booked into the Thurston County Jail on charges of arson, burglary, and malicious mischief. Now, police have uncovered that Schubert is a former Gonzaga baseball player. Apple Valley News Now's Austin Reed has been tracking the story and has more details on the suspect.
Washington State Patrol arrested 24-year-old Gunnar Schubert after they say he broke a window in Representative Liz Berry's office and left a hammer on her desk. Inside, officers found burned flags, toppled busts of George Washington and Martin Luther King Jr., and fire damage in the state reception room, including a historic rug described as priceless by Lieutenant Governor Denny Heck. Schubert from Auburn, Washington, played college baseball at Pierce College and Gonzaga University, starting every game in his 2 seasons, and was briefly drafted by the Miami Marlins. Schubert was released on his own recognizance, but must stay away from the Capitol unless escorted. More charges could be pending as authorities continue their investigation. Meanwhile, Governor Ferguson wrote in a post on X, quote, "We have the most beautiful Capitol in the country. I am grateful for the quick work of our Department of Enterprise Services and the Washington State Patrol to bring this individual safely into custody," end quote.
Now, repair costs are unknown at this time. The prosecutor called the case strange, and the judge ordered the suspect to undergo a mental health evaluation. Now, this is a developing story, so we'll keep you updated as we learn more. In Fire Watch now, we're learning that crews are continuing to make steady progress on suppressing the Labor Mountain fire. To give us a closer look at what fire crews are dealing with this week, we're going to send things over to our Chief Meteorologist, Josh Colbreth. Josh, what kinds of conditions are crews going to be facing, and what's the update on acreage and containment?
Oh, well, we actually saw containment go up yesterday with the Labor Mountain fire, so some excellent news there. Containment yesterday was 7%, now it's up to 10%. That might not seem like a big deal, but it is, especially when the containment has been incrementally growing now over the past handful of weeks. So the Labor Mountain fire is still just shy of 40,000 acres, and it's still that eastern side of the fire and the northern side of the fire that continue to be the problem sides. And of course, a couple weeks back, this jumped US 97. Still, those level 1, level 2, and level 3 evacuations in place for Chelan County. These have remained unchanged now for the past several days, and the same thing can be said for the level 1, level 2 evacuations in place for far northern Kittitas County around Blewett Pass. So that's the state of play with the Labor Mountain fire. Now I'll take you down to Yakima County, where we're continuing to track the Wildcat fire. This one is a little over 15,000 acres. In fact, almost nestled right in between 15,000 and 16,000. Containment still only 5%, so don't like to see that. And the northeastern flank of the fire still continues to be the problem side, as it's been now for the past handful of weeks. And as it's been now for the past handful of weeks, still level 2B set evacuations in place for Goose Prairie and Bumping River Road. But a big time pattern flip on the way. Cooler and wetter weather going to help out both of those fires. I'll talk about the shift in our weather coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now in developing news, if you're looking to get your U.S. citizenship, you'll want to register for the test before October 20th. And that's because the test is about to change. The number of civics questions is increasing from 100 to 128. This means applicants will need to study more thoroughly and also be ready for more detailed English comprehension, especially on the N400 application. Monica Romero, a citizenship program manager, says these updates have been planned for some time. They're not sudden.
I believe it was around 2008. It was a proposal that was set back then, and the new administration just decided to implement it now. So it wasn't for a particular reason. I believe it was just something that was already in set, and they just decided to set it back in place.
Romero suggested that for anybody applying on the 20th to make sure you do it online and not to send your paper version on the 20th. And this is to make sure that the application is received before the 21st to avoid having to do the new test. Talking community events now, tomorrow in Kennewick, WorkSource Columbia Basin will be hosting a career prep session, and this is to help veterans and military families get job ready. It's designed specifically for vets, National Guard members, and military spouses. So you can get hands-on help with resumes, also practice interview skills with employers, and learn how to translate your military experience into language that stands out to those hiring.
Military terminology is, in most cases, doesn't always translate well to the civilian employers or the hiring manager. So we help the veterans rewrite their resume, and that's making it clear, relevant, and aligned with the job qualifications listed.
Again, this is tomorrow, October 8th, and it runs from 2 to 4 p.m. The address is 815 North Kellogg Street in Kennewick. And if you're a vet or military spouse, you can contact WorkSource to reserve a spot for mock interviews. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, this week is Fire Prevention Week, and the message is about more than just testing your smoke alarms. We'll break down all of what this means and how you can be more prepared after the break. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
This is Apple Valley Eats.
Ready to shake up your dining experience? Legends Casino Hotel has something for every taste. At Lucky Shots Coffee Bar, it's more than just coffee. Frothy lattes, bold espressos, hearty sandwiches, desserts, and more. Lucky Shots has a winning hand of flavors any time of the day. Join us for our full-service menu or dive into our legendary buffet options, including our salad bar and a variety of desserts that will have you coming back for seconds. Explore the newly updated food court with so many choices to satisfy your craving. At Fortune's, savor a customized crab boil fit for a king, queen, or joker with all the extras. Try the crab boil with one of our specialty sauces, big enough to share, but don't be slow with your fork. This is good eating. Burger lovers, head to Legendary Burgers, try the Mount Adams, or go classic with fries and a Huckleberry shake. Craving pizza, pasta, and more? Creations has you covered. After that custom-made pizza pie, don't forget dessert. You just gotta try our house-made cannoli. For authentic Mexican-style cooking, Madre's Mexican Kitchen is a must. With fresh homemade tortillas and savory sauces, you will not be disappointed. Try our enchiladas, street tacos, or something new to you. Madre's is sure to bring it home. Whether you're here to dine or unwind, Legends Casino Hotel has a world of exciting flavors waiting for you. Bring your appetite, your friends and family, and let the culinary journey begin.
Join us for the biggest sale of the year this holiday weekend at More Furniture. You'll find all the newest styles, functions, and features when you shop our gorgeous fall arrivals. And best of all, it's in stock and on sale. Plus, for a limited time with your minimum purchase of $14.99, choose your bonus. Free white glove delivery of your purchase, or we'll pay your sales tax. Visit your local More Furniture today and save big. More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
70% of breast cancers are discovered through self-exam. With early detection, the 5-year survival rate is high. More at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Prosser Memorial Health, now scheduling mammograms with your health and safety in mind. This is how we care.
I've heard about you. Major crime, secret weapon.
You gotta see me run. So what are you doing in a police station? Trying to find a place where that mustache makes sense?
Nick Wagner, your new captain.
WSU Art on a Palouse Farmers Field. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and show you futurecast upper level smoke. And remember, when we showed this to you yesterday, all those upper level winds pushed the smoke and the haze to the west side, but I was showing you that eventually those upper level winds were going to shift back out of the west, and so that's what's going to happen for today. Putting some smoke and haze into the afternoon and evening into portions of the Kittitas Valley, but of course the thickest smoke is going to be immediately downwind of these more active fires. And then into the overnight hours, could have a couple different plumes of smoke sort of working their way through the region, but I'm not expecting any significant reductions to air quality over the next couple of days, except for in those areas immediately downwind in the immediate vicinities of those fires burning in the Cascades. So for today, other than that, a lot of sunshine, a gorgeous day out there, a little bit warmer. In comparison to yesterday's, we'll be in the low to mid 70s for lower elevations and 50s and 60s up in the mountains. The winds for today, a little bit breezy in the Cascades and for the Blues, but calmer winds for lower elevations. Then for tonight, you see mostly clear, a few patches of haze out there. Overnight low is going to be down into the 30s and 40s, so pretty similar to what we're dealing with for this morning. And the gusts for tonight, it's still going to be quite gusty, with gusts out of the south for the Blue Mountains, but for the rest of us calm. But much more widespread breezes across the map for tomorrow. Some of those lingering for tomorrow evening. This is a little precursor to the much more active weather that we have in store for Thursday and beyond. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, this week is Fire Prevention Week, and this year the message goes beyond testing smoke alarms. As the Red Cross reminds families to always be prepared, they're also asking the community to help those recovering after a fire. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen has more.
Every week, local firefighters respond to home fires, emergencies that can turn deadly in just minutes.
Everybody thinks it won't happen to me. It's, my neighbor. But when you talk to people, everybody knows somebody that has had a fire, a grandmother, an aunt, an uncle, a sister, a brother, a cousin. And so the thought we should be thinking is, when this happens to me, how am I going to be safe?
This year's Fire Prevention Week focuses on lithium-ion battery safety and where you charge them.
You want to think about where those are charging. If one of those has a fire, or any time that there's a fire in your house, right? You need to think about what those exit plans are for your house.
The Red Cross says you may have less than 2 minutes to escape a fire. That's why practicing exit routes and checking alarms is critical.
We know that every day 7 lives are lost to home fires nationally, and so when you have a plan and you're able to escape, also when you have working fire smoke alarms, then your risk is greatly reduced.
For families, this week is a reminder to put safety into action. Most of them don't think about making these plans, but say it's a good idea to implement them into their own homes. One family member says they're confident their family would get out of the house in that 2-minute time frame. The Red Cross also wants families to take that awareness one step further by supporting survivors. One of those ways is the Turkey Trot. All of those funds go into the Red Cross's Home Fire campaign.
After a family loses their home, it's usually the worst day of their lives, and how the Red Cross responds is we accompany that family in one of their darkest moments. We arrive, we provide emotional support, and some basics such as comfort kits.
From prevention to recovery, it's all about protecting your family. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Dan. Now, fire officials say smoke alarms can cut your risk of perishing in a home fire by half, but that's only if they're working. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh Colbreth is back with how your weather is looking this week. It's all coming up in his First Alert full weather forecast in just a few minutes.
Getting the home of your dreams is easy during the home makeover sale at Furniture Row. Find great deals on sofas, bedrooms, and dining groups. Or get 60 months no-interest financing. The home makeover sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Don't leave it to chance. Trust Vance to install your new Daikin heating and cooling system. Get our best deal of the season with low monthly payments and special financing. Call today to schedule your free consultation with a Vance system designer.
We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network. And with T-Satellite, we're connecting millions of people in places no carrier tower can reach.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
We're forging the future of the city of Pasco, and we need your voice. The city is updating our comprehensive plan, which covers everything from housing and transportation to utilities and parks. This document showcases the vision of what we want Pasco to be in 2046 and beyond. Tell us about the type of businesses you'd like to see, the types of parks you'd like to visit, and the type of neighborhood you want to live in. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit pasco-wa.gov/comp plan and become part of the future.
Your best defense against breast cancer is a healthy lifestyle. Don't smoke, exercise regularly, limit alcohol. Learn more at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Prosser Memorial Health, now scheduling mammograms with your health and safety in mind. This is how we care.
It's the 30th anniversary sale at Denver Mattress. And that means 30% off the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice Plush. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or score 60 months no interest and free shipping. The 30th anniversary sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Okay, today, tomorrow, Going to be gorgeous days, mostly dry, so we'll pick up the action when it starts to get a little bit less dry, at least up in the Cascades. This is lunchtime for tomorrow. And now we put this into motion with Futurecast radar. You can see a few showers up in the Cascades, but I think later into the evening, that's when we could see some more rainfall for lower elevation. So here are the precip chances for Wednesday during the day, just 10 to 20% chances in the Cascades. For the rest of us, should be dry. But then by Wednesday night, you see about, I'd say roughly 20 to 40% chances of rainfall for the Cascades, for the valleys, and about 10 to 20% chances for the basin, for the foothills, and for the Blues. Now, as we head into Thursday, about a 50-50 chance of rainfall in the Cascades for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass. The rest of us looking much drier. And then by Thursday night, now it's starting to get a little bit more interesting. Rain likely for all passes in the Cascades, about a 50-50 chance for the Blue passes, and about 20 to 40% chances of rainfall for the valleys, for the basin, and for the foothills. So that gets us through Friday. Of course, there's more to come for Friday night and a Saturday night, and Sunday as well. But for now, just kind of trying to parse this out the best we can. The rainfall forecast, rainfall accumulations we're expecting for Thursday and Friday combined, around a ½ an inch in the Cascades. That would be beneficial stuff, especially for those fire perimeters. Looks like the Wildcat Fire is probably going to get more rainfall as opposed to the Labor Mountain Fire. And then anywhere between 0.1 to 0.3 inches of rain for the foothills in the Blues. So this is encouraging stuff. Hopefully we'll get more systems just like this, and we will have additional chances for rainfall, like I mentioned, into Saturday and Sunday, less so into Monday. But it looks like Saturday is probably going to be the most active day of the stretch. See high temperatures going way down because of all this. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warm, dry, and sunny today and tomorrow. Cooler and wetter Thursday through Sunday. Really Thursday through Monday. In Yakima, highs hover around 70 over the next couple days. Then the pattern flip on Thursday. For Ellensburg, perfect fall weather again for Tuesday and Wednesday. Then quite brisk this weekend, especially on Saturday with the winds. For Hermiston, low to mid 70s with a lot of sunshine for the next 2 days, and shower chances with cooler highs Thursday and into the weekend. And finally for Walla Walla, maybe a little bit more haze for Wednesday, then expecting the shift in our pattern Thursday and beyond. And coming up on the other side of the break, we'll have the entertainment segment. Looks like we're talking about something to do with Hello Kitty. Now you're going to take a live look at, I believe we have a weather cam coming up. Here's Pasco, this view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils, of course. So we'll be right back on the other side of the break.
In our crazy hurry-up world, we sometimes get into too big of a hurry and accidents happen. If you've been injured in an accident, find out what your rights are. Call Allen Brecky Law Offices at 735-0546. Call now. They're waiting to help you.
What makes NUU unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question. I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Check out our new location in Kennewick or come see us in Yakima. Go to NUUWomen'sClinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah! Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher.
Yes.
Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Join us for the biggest sale of the year this holiday weekend at More Furniture. You'll find all the newest styles, functions, and features when you shop our gorgeous fall arrivals. And best of all, it's in stock and on sale. Plus, for a limited time with your minimum purchase of $14.99, choose your bonus. Free white glove delivery of your purchase, or we'll pay your sales tax. Visit your local More Furniture today and save big. More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
In our crazy hurry-up world, we sometimes get into too big of a hurry and accidents happen. If you've been injured in an accident, find out what your rights are. Call Alan Brecky Law Offices at 735-0546. Call now. They're waiting to help you.
Apple Valley News Now, the official television home of the Seattle Kraken.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest and your entertainment news. We're talking Cyndi Lauper, and she's going to Sin City. So the singer-songwriter announced a set of shows in Las Vegas for 2026.
Her first residency at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace will take place in late April and early May. Tickets go on sale this week. Although Lauper completed her farewell tour this summer, she did say she would continue to perform concerts. So, I mean, what's the point of a farewell tour?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of musicians have been doing that
They just
lately.
never say goodbye.
Right? Yeah, I guess they miss it.
Yeah.
So Lauper will be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in November, and among her most famous songs, She Bop, True Colors, and her signature track, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. For a second, I forgot that she sang that. I'm like, I know her songs, but...
Her most famous song?
I know. It's morning brain. I'm still waking up. You get it. Yeah. Well, in more fun news, Starbucks is teaming up with Hello Kitty starting November 6th. The coffee chain houses across the U.S. and Canada will start featuring some Hello Kitty merchandise. How cute.
That includes plush toys, coffee mugs, and tumblers. Starbucks is also giving a sneak peek at its menu for the holiday season.
Oh, it's Hello Kitty in a Starbucks apron. Too cute. So it'll include peppermint mocha, caramel brulee latte, iced sugar cookie latte, and iced gingerbread chai. And the new menu will also be available starting November 6th. Did you ever, I mean, you're a guy, so I feel like Hello Kitty was more of a girl thing, but we had a Hello Kitty store in my local mall, and I would go there all the time. My dad would take all three of us, so it's just, it's nostalgic.
Definitely, and there's been some weird lore about Hello Kitty as of late, right? Like she's supposed to be a girl that's into cats.
Right, but she has cat ears. There's the hilarious memes of like a guy being like, but she's got the ears and the whiskers. I don't get it. I still don't get it.
Here's my unprofessional opinion. She's a cat.
She's a cat. I'm just going to whisper that. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a major step forward for addiction recovery in the Tri-Cities as a new treatment center in Kennewick is getting closer to opening up. We have the progress so far in your next half hour, but first we're going to check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple is making it harder for you to blow off your alarm. The new beta version of iOS includes a new slide to stop feature, and that means users must perform a swipe gesture instead of just hitting a button to stop the alarm. Apple may be gauging reaction to it before including it in the next update. Well, next, Instagram is reportedly launching its own awards. The Hollywood reports say that 25 winners will be honored for taking creative chances. They'll get a physical ring and the ability to put a digital replica of the ring on their profile and stories. Winners will be announced October 16th. And finally, a ChatGPT integration with several popular apps. You can connect to apps like Spotify and Canva by referencing them in your conversation inside the chatbot. More apps will be added soon, including Uber and DoorDash. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Morgan Norwood. Make it a great day.
Let's go, bud. Hurry up. Come on. I'm a baseball dad. Just because I didn't go pro doesn't mean my kid won't. Give me that.
No pressure, kid. Just everyone watching.
Coach says it doesn't matter if you win or lose the game, but that's what losers say. You gotta swivel those hips, right? And you gotta swing. Four! And if you don't have the right insurance, you can be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
The fiber in Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheat supports your gut health.
Hold my ball.
Now that's a good gut feeling.
Starbucks Vibrant fragrances are infused with 2 times more essential oils. The advanced plug-in with the boost button and anti-fade technology can keep your home always inviting for up to 70 days. Airwick, always fragrant, always inviting.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, so we were just talking about Cyndi Lauper and how she has a song for the girls. Girls just want to have fun, and you were asking if there's a song for the boys. And you guys don't need a song.
I don't think we need one.
You just need to, go outside and mow the lawn or something, right? No?
Big green tractor.
There we go, yeah.
There
we go. That's a good one. That's y'all's song to,
Not as fun,
get
but
work done.
We'll take it.
But you have weather, and it's looking pretty chilly these days.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're definitely sliding into that territory, especially for Thursday and beyond. Now, for today, for tomorrow, going to have a lot of sunshine. Be very seasonal out there. But again, for Thursday and beyond, that's when the pattern flips. Rain chances go up, high temperatures go down. Now, lower elevation is going to be in the 60s and 70s through Friday, but slipping down into the 50s and 60s for this weekend and the beginning of next week. All right, air quality this morning is just being moderately reduced in the valleys. It's looking a little bit worse up by that immediate vicinity of the Labor Mountain fire, but elsewhere we're seeing green for the basin and the foothills and the Blue Mountains, and that means air quality there is good to great. All right, temperatures this morning not as chilly as yesterday morning, but still most of us in the 30s and 40s. We've been seeing some low 50s for some of the higher elevations of the Blue Mountains. Your hourly forecast for this Tuesday in the Tri-Cities going to be around 60 for lunchtime, but closer to 70 for the warmest part of the day. So another very seasonal, very sunny day out there, low to mid 70s for all lower elevation spots. Get out there and enjoy it because, again, the pattern flips for Thursday and beyond. We'll talk about that a lot more coming up a little bit later in the show.
Thank you, Josh. Starting off this half hour of news in Yakima County, that's where a deadly crash involving a school bus took place yesterday morning. It left one person dead, and the Yakima County Sheriff's Office says they got the call just before 8 a.m. to the intersection of Hara Road and McDonald Road. When deputies arrived, they found the school bus on its side. 3 students and the bus driver were taken to the hospital as a precaution, and the district notified all parents. Investigators say the driver of a passenger car, a 71-year-old man from the Toppenish-Hara area, failed to stop at a stop sign and hit the bus. He died at the scene.
The deputies are trying to find the next of kin to make notification to let them know that their loved one is deceased. And after that's been made, we'll send out that information. And for parents, I wouldn't be scared to send your kids on the bus. How many times has your children been on the bus? Dozens and dozens of times, and nothing happens. So don't be scared of the world.
The Sheriff's Office says the Traffic Division is still investigating and will release more information later this week. We'll, of course, keep you updated. 5:32, and making a difference this morning, it's a major step forward for addiction recovery in the Tri-Cities. A new treatment center in Kennewick is getting closer to opening. This comes after years of planning and community support. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert has more on this long-awaited project.
The Columbia Valley Center for Recovery in Kennewick has been more than 7 years in the making, a project that started as a grassroots effort by the Ben Franklin Recovery Coalition, and despite the Tri-Cities' rapid growth, the area still doesn't have an inpatient drug treatment facility, but that's about to change. The new center, located on South Auburn Street, has raised nearly $50 million in county, state, and federal funding, and President Michelle Gerber says the support from the community has been overwhelming.
Almost $3 million have been raised by private donations from citizens here who care about the drug problem and who know that their money will be used to help solve this for the whole community.
Gerber says one of the biggest benefits of the new facility is that it is not profit-driven, meaning lower costs and greater access for people who need help.
So we're not interested in a profit motive. We want to get enough money for it to run and be sustainable, but we're not in it for a profit motive, and so we can offer lower costs.
Co-founder Danny Stenjum says that the center will provide a full range of recovery services, including medical detox for people who are still using.
We have medical detox, so you can come right in off the street or while you're still using or sick, and you can be tapered off medically. That's huge. Most places you have to already have done that, and for most people that's uncomfortable and hard, so they don't go to treatment.
The center will also include recovery housing and giving people a safe place to stay while they rebuild their lives.
We have recovery housing on the second floor. So the whole thing about treatment is when you leave treatment, you're not supposed to go back to old places, faces, and things. Okay, you have to change. All you have to change is everything. So you can't go back to your home or wherever you work, because that's where you were using. That's where you're in that mindset.
Vice Chairman Jason Bliss says one of the most important things is that people will finally be able to get the care without leaving the Tri-Cities.
We need to be able to provide them the help that they need immediately without burdening them and their loved ones with sending them 200+ miles from the Tri-Cities just to be able to get that.
The Columbia Valley Center for Recovery is providing a new lifeline for people struggling with addiction and a major step towards healing. In Kennewick, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, William. Now, according to coalition officials, the facility is expected to open by April. 5:35, and the cost of carry-out bags is about to go up in Washington state. It all starts on January 1st of 2026. The increase is part of a law passed in 2020. It'll change the current plastic bag fee from 8 cents to 12 cents, while paper bags will stay at 8 cents. The original law required a thickness increase to 4 millimeters for plastic bags to take effect on the same day, but that's now been delayed for 2 years. The Washington State Department of Ecology says retailers and restaurants who distribute plastic bags that are 4 millimeters or thicker must charge an additional 4 cents for a total of 16 cents. That penalty will go into effect on January 1st, and it runs through December 31st of 2027. We now have less than a month until this year's general election on November 4th, but what do you do once you receive your ballot? Well, the Yakima County Auditor knows what not to do or what you should be careful with. It's called ballot harvesting, and according to County Auditor Charles Ross, this is when a group of ballots are dropped off together with one person or the group delivering them to an official drop box or the county office. But Ross is warning you should think about this before you give your ballot to somebody.
The other common thing that's associated with ballot harvesting is when candidates and their campaigns go out and go door knocking, or they go through neighborhoods trying to contact voters, campaigning for themselves usually, and then in that process oftentimes ask, if you haven't completed your ballot, will you do that, and then we'll deliver it to the drop box or to the county auditor's office.
Ross says you need to make sure you trust and have a strong sense of confidence that the person returning your ballot will do so unaltered. He discourages voters from giving their ballot to anyone they don't know. And a reminder, if you mark any ballot that isn't your own or forge somebody's signature, you can face felony charges, as Yakima County has already charged voters for doing so in the past. Talking education news now, 12 high school students in Hermiston, Oregon are building a house for their class project. Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable was on the construction site with the students and has more.
This is what class on a Monday morning looks like for students in the Columbia Basin Student Home Builder program. Their goal is to have a new home finished by the end of the school year.
We do everything that we can physically do, which means we do all the framing. Most of the time now we'll roll the trusses, we'll sheet, we do all the siding, all the trim work, all the finish work. The things that we're not able to do is electrical, HVAC, and plumbing, because that requires a license.
And if you're wondering what the finished product looks like, these houses are an example of it. A neighborhood that his students built, he decided to even move into it.
We love our home. Like I said, the students do a tremendous job. I think people originally thought, like, when a student built a house, like the front door might be crooked or it's leaning or something. They're nothing like that. These are high-end, modern, energy-efficient homes. We could put these in the home shows that they have, like in Tri-Cities. They're every bit as nice as that.
This will be the 12th home students have built in as many years. The first house was funded by a grant from the state of Oregon to start the program. Each year since, they used the money the previous house sold for to fund the next home.
Like any other regular job, you just come out here, build, listen, understand, learn, most importantly learn. It's such a great experience. I say there's a lot to learn here. I came in here thinking I knew a lot, but there's a lot more that I can learn.
The students come from Hermiston, Umatilla, and Stanfield high schools and require 3 years of classes to get approved for this one. In Hermiston, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And the high school offers architecture and landscaping classes that'll help design the homes as well. All right, keep it here because coming up next, we're looking at 9 nonprofits in Eastern Oregon as they now have brand new solar panels. It's all thanks to a new partnership with Amazon. We've got the details and another look at your forecast all after the break.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Julia Roberts, superstar, Oscar winner, now in a new movie already catching early Oscar buzz.
It was just like, whoa.
Wednesday on GMA, the Diane Sawyer interview you just have to see.
That is so perfectly said.
On Good Morning America.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Designed to impress, engineered to perform. Shop GE Appliances at Fred's Appliance. Save big on all GE appliances, from dishwashers to ranges, fridges to ovens, and even laundry. You won't find sales like this unless you shop locally. Like this new induction range model, only $11.99. Stop in to explore GE at Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Meet an artist whose canvas is a farmer's field in the Palouse.
We want it to look natural. We want it to look like it's supposed to be there and not just a fake.
Fly the Northwest over Cougar Art.
Carving on the ground, the ancient people have done it forever.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Next live, Chris O'Donnell, right before the premiere of 911 Nashville.
We are on the move.
And Mason Thames from Blackphone 2.
And then what happened?
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you.
How strong love is. How strong.
I got this.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm Alex.
I'm Jade.
Be our guest. Be our guest.
But who's dancing will be the best?
It's Disney night on Dancing with the Stars. My darling, you are the belle of the bowl.
Disney night on Dancing with the Stars, live tonight.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of our very own Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. You can download it for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Not much daylight to work with out there, obviously, for the time being. All right, here's your coat cast for this Tuesday in the Tri-Cities. Heavy jacket stuff for this morning, making it's going to be light jacket weather for the late morning, and then some t-shirt weather as we head into the afternoon with high temperatures around 70 for most lower elevation spots. Some of us could be a little bit closer to 75. So here's that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County, going to be in the mid-60s up towards the pass. Of course, some haze that we'll deal with from those adjacent fires, but less haze in the Kittitas Valley, highs around 70 for today. Could also be a little bit breezy up in the Cascades, but calm winds for the Kittitas Valley, looking pretty calm for the Yakima Valley as well. These highs going to be in the low 70s. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, low to mid 70s. So you see 75 for Umatilla, a few 73s for Prosser Benton City and the Hanford site. Mid-60s for highs down towards Boardman, and the mid-70s for the Morrow County foothills, and perhaps some mid to upper 70s for the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, and then mostly 60s and 70s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. We'll have some gusts out of the south today for the Blues, gusting anywhere between 15 to 20 miles per hour. The gusts are going to pick up over the next couple days, and rain chances picking up for Thursday and beyond as temperatures sliding down. I'll talk about all those moving parts of the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Turning now to environment news out of Eastern Oregon, where 9 nonprofits have brand new solar panels. It's all thanks to a partnership between Amazon and Grid Alternatives. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells us about the project and its impact to each organization.
9 community organizations in Eastern Oregon are going to save a ton of money on their energy bill thanks to a program that gave them each these new solar panels. The program started less than 2 years ago when nonprofit renewable energy company Grid Alternatives received a grant from Amazon.
This $1.2 million investment going directly to support 9 local nonprofits and provide carbon-free energy, providing cost savings and reducing emissions for decades to come.
A handful of nonprofits in Umatilla and Morrow counties were selected to have new solar panels installed, including local food banks, senior centers, and homeless shelters. And after Grid Alternatives worked with each organization to plan out the project, it was time for the solar panels to be installed.
So we were able to work with local contractors to build 9 25 kilowatt solar electric systems like the one up here.
Each system is expected to last the buildings between 25 and 30 years, which will help the organization save money that would typically be spent on electricity. The Stepping Stones Alliance is a homeless shelter in Hermiston. The new system will help the organization spend more on its regular operations.
We are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so every little bit helps considerably. Whether we're buying cleaning supplies, toilet paper, paper towels, spending money on food so that we make sure we have dinner and breakfast items.
Cole also says that the extra funds will help support staffing and care for everyone who lives on site. Reporting from Boardman, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Caleb. And there were originally 10 organizations that received solar panels. One of the recipients, the Boardman Food Pantry, burned down in a fire this past summer, which the community is helping to rebuild. All right, keep it here because coming up next, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all right after the break.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
No, and you get the latest phones.
High-five. Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Dear Savvy, who says you can't have it all? You've got the tech. You've got the drive. Now you've got Toyota value.
Right now, you can lease a stylish new 2025 Camry for just $339 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
The
DUI card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
It is Operation Best Friend every Wednesday as we feature lovable pets from area shelters all looking for their forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Christine Connolly, As You Wish Real Estate Services, and the Manthai Group Cross Country Mortgage.
The new iPhone 17 Pro is finally here. And at US Cellular, you can get it on us with no trade-in.
Wow, the new iPhone is thrilling.
It even has the ultimate pro camera system.
Too thrilling.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Cougar Art in the Palouse, tonight on Fly the Northwest. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be sunny and dry, and tomorrow is going to be mostly sunny and dry as well. But things get a little bit more interesting as we head into the evening, and then especially for Thursday and beyond. Now, we could have a few showers up in the Cascades for tomorrow. This is around lunchtime for tomorrow, so we put this in motion with Futurecast. You can see a few rain showers, even some snow showers for the birds flying up in the highest elevations. But as we head into the later evening, maybe some of that trying to slip down into lower elevation. So during the day for Wednesday, so the day for tomorrow, just 10 to 20% chances of rain for the Cascades, for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass. The rest of it is going to be dry. But into the evening, a little bit more interesting, 20 to 40% rain chances for the valleys and Cascades, 10 to 20% for the basin, the foothills, and the blues. By Thursday, a little bit more interesting, about a 50-50 chance of rain for, again, Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass, about 20 to 40% chances for Sadish Pass, Blewett Pass in the valleys, 10 to 20% chances for the basin, foothills, and blues. By Thursday night, or excuse me, this is by Friday, rain looking likely now for all Cascade passes, and then about roughly 20 to 40% chances for the rest of us. So for lower elevations, it's definitely not going to be a washout, but here's some of the rainfall tabulations we're expecting for Thursday and Friday. This captures a couple different storm systems, but half an inch of rain in the Cascades, 0.1 to 0.3 inches maybe for the foothills and the blues. So beneficial stuff. We need the rainfall. We always need the rainfall around here, but especially to put fire season to rest for good. Additional rainfall we're expecting in a Saturday and Sunday and Monday, so good. We need more of it. High temperatures as rain chances go up, well, they're going to go down. We can struggle to make it out of the 50s by the beginning of next week. So life comes at you fast. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warm, dry, and sunny today and tomorrow. Cooler and wetter Thursday through Sunday. Really Thursday through Monday. In Yakima, highs hover around 70 over the next couple days. Then the pattern flips on Thursday. In Ellensburg, perfect fall weather again for Tuesday and Wednesday. Then quite brisk this weekend, especially on Saturday with the winds. In Hermiston, low to mid 70s with a lot of sunshine for the next 2 days. Then shower chances with cooler highs Thursday into the weekend. And finally, for Walla Walla, maybe a little bit more haze for Wednesday, then expecting the shift in our pattern Thursday and beyond.
Now, the Morning Sprint.
Time is 5:52. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour. We start with the top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. First up, starting today, Kennewick Police will be doing extra emphasis patrols as it's now illegal in the city to cut through private driveways and parking lots. New signs will be installed to alert drivers to the new law. These will be near Steptoe Street, where this has been more of a problem. If you're caught driving through lots, you can face a fine up to $250. And construction at the Leslie Groves tennis courts is now underway as the city of Richland is working to modernize it. The courts and part of the Riverfront Trail will be closed for construction. Upgrades include a new concrete court, new netting, a rebound wall, and also new perimeter fencing. Detour signs will be posted for trail users. The project is expected to be done by spring. And the city of Pasco wants to hear from you. They're asking residents to weigh in on their comprehensive plan. This is a roadmap for the next 20 years. It covers everything from land use to housing, also parks, roads, and infrastructure. It's basically how the city grows and changes. Officials say this helps them prepare for the future and also gives residents a say in the matter. And we have a link to the survey up on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com. And if you're looking to get your U.S. citizenship, you'll want to register for the test before October 20th. As the test is about to change, the number of civics questions is increasing to 128, and there will be more English comprehension required. Officials recommend applying online and not using snail mail. This is to ensure that your application is received before the 21st. WorkSource Columbia Basin is hosting a career prep session tomorrow, and this is to help veterans and military families get job ready. It's specifically for vets, National Guard members, and military spouses. You can get hands-on help with your resume, practice interview skills, and also learn to translate your military experience into language that stands out for hiring managers. It's from 2 to 4 p.m. at 815 North Kellogg Street in Kennewick. Now to your national headlines this morning. The Senate voted on 2 separate stopgap funding bills yesterday. One was from Republicans, the other from Democrats. Neither came close to the 60-vote threshold that was needed to pass, as most senators refused to cross the aisle. The main sticking point is the Affordable Care Act. Democrats want Republicans to extend enhanced Obamacare subsidies. The GOP wants to table that issue until the end of the year. Both sides agree no formal negotiations on the topic have taken place, and today will be the 7th day of no new funding for the federal government. In your business headlines, the FAA says it's been delaying flights due to air traffic control shortages. The Transportation Secretary blames the government shutdown. He says many controllers are calling out sick since they're no longer getting paid. An FAA operations plan says at least a dozen air traffic control facilities braced for shortages just last night. A deal to end the shutdown doesn't appear to be in sight, with the cost of healthcare remaining a sticking point. Trending this morning now, it's Taco Tuesday, but today it's extra special. Why? Because it's National Taco Day. Yay!
Happened to fall on a Tuesday. Is that by design? Is it like the first Tuesday of?
You'll find out in a few minutes.
Okay. Well, the longtime favorite meal is served with a variety of items, including beef, chicken, and fish, often topped off with tomatoes, cheese and olives, salsa, guacamole, and sour cream are popular sides as well.
National Taco Day used to be celebrated on October 4th, but that was adjusted so that it would always fall on the first Tuesday in October. Yep. So many restaurants like Taco Bell, Del Taco, and others are celebrating with taco specials. Okay, favorite place to get a taco for you? Mine's
just like any street taco.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, any food truck taco.
So you like the onions, and then what else do they put on it? Onions. There's just meat and onions, right? And
yes.
Cheese? Yeah. My favorite place would probably be Velvet Taco and Torchy's Tacos. I don't know if you've ever had those. They're in Texas a lot. Queso, bomb at Torchy's Taco, and they have a chicken strip taco. I think that's kind of my favorite. So anything with chicken.
And we've talked about Moe's Southwest Grill up on this desk before.
Yes.
They have, it's not a taco.
I haven't had their tacos though.
It's a steak stacker. It's called a Rong Dug. That's what they call it. But that
it's what they bring out and everyone's just like looking at it, right?
No.
It's not
you're
thinking
like
about
the thing that's
I'm thinking of like a, yeah, I think so.
That's not my meal.
That sounded like that. All right, we'll keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're diving into the break-in and vandalism that happened at the Washington State Capitol building. What police know about the suspect so far. And a roller coaster that caused one person to die has now reopened. We've got all the details coming up in your 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, we are tracking some very nice and dry and warm and sunny weather for today and tomorrow, but it is going to slide downhill. Well, the temperature's sliding downhill, but rain chances going up after that. I'll talk about it all coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.